You know what they say, it's good luck when it rains on your wedding day. So it's like a lot of luck if it's a hurricane on your wedding day. I'm rolling into Epcot for the first time on this trip. Got the rain poncho on, got the waterproof Vans on. I am ready for the hurricane coverage to begin, and I'm really ready to get inside of Epcot, my favorite park out here. Oh yeah, it never gets old. It's so beautiful and big. And even though I saw photos of it my entire life as a kid, and then you see it on YouTube, there's nothing that beats standing in front of it. It's so picturesque. I absolutely adore it. Oh, happy 40th Epcot, in case I don't make it back on Saturday. This is what it looks like when I film this thing. It's so awesome. So it is Tuesday evening. It is Hurricane Eve. Am I saying hurricane? Am I saying it right? It's Hurricane Eve. I still haven't slept since the very first video in this series that I put together. But I'm here at Epcot, going to close it down tonight. Tonight, Epcot is a park that's open the latest. It's open till 9. And so I'm going to roam around and just kind of see, what's the vibe of people. People leaving early. A lot of ponchos. Did see a wedding party go by. So that was pretty neat. But yeah, let's just cruise around and catch the vibe. What's it like to be in Epcot when it shuts down for a natural disaster? This is the 7th hurricane to hit Walt Disney World. So lucky number 7. Let's roll the dice. I was just noticing that the Moana area is actually above the fence now. Like you can actually see something. When I've been here in the past, it was just a wall, and I don't even know the park well enough to know what's happening on the other side of the wall. But this time you can see that it's rearing its head over the construction walls. I'm so fascinated to see what this is going to look like. Not only when you walk through the park, but what it's going to look like when you ride my favorite ride, the monorail into Epcot. Going into the connections for the first time, and wow, look at the design on this place. Oh man, this mural is so amazing. Oh, it keeps going. Wow, this is fantastic. I could stand here and stare at this all day and make myself a little person and walk through this and walk over the bridge. Man, oh man. Epcot's starting to feel legit. Because I saw it when it was in rough shape. So I thought this was going to be the end, but I was just informed it keeps going all the way to the restroom. This thing is so much fun. That's the Guardians right there. I was going to talk about this, and I just saw that the Guardians is right there, and it doesn't have a fence around it. I really want to ride it, but probably a very bad idea, being that I haven't slept since Sunday, and it's late on Tuesday. Once again, something that I have seen countless times online, but seeing the ship in real life without the walls around it, that is fantastic. I really want to ride it, but I know that's a bad idea. Bad idea. So the juxtaposition of both of those going off into the landscape, that's awesome. And I heard a monorail. I couldn't find it, but I heard a monorail. There's a lot of magic happening right now. Okay, so I have no idea what's in this room, but I really want to go to Shanghai Disney. So let's see what's inside of here. Carthay Circle. I always look at these murals and I just want to make myself a little person and just walk through them. Like, I love that they not only paint the buildings, which I'm assuming like gets most people's attention, but all the little walkways through there, all the little paths. Oh, I love it. Friends, I interrupt this video to say, have you subscribed to the channel? If you're enjoying this coverage, it's made possible by subscribing to the channel. It won't cost you any money and any time, but a good time. Subscribe to the channel, go on this trip with me and help support my efforts to bring you this coverage and all the other Disney videos I make. A lot of people like to show you what the parks look like. I like to show you what the parks feel like. Subscribe today and go on this trip with me. I can't wait to have you to become part of the family. Thank you for subscribing. I promise I'll work really hard to entertain you. Okay, so I'm just walking by and I look over here and I see something that looks like a painting, and it is straight up these birds that are perfectly lit. Like, it looks insane, and it's, I mean, I don't think it's a Disney trick. I think it's real birds on real trees. Just an amazing lighting package and a moment with nature. Seriously, no joking around. What happens to the train town when it floods? Like, is the train village gonna just completely flood and wash away over the next 2 days? Like, this is one of my absolute favorite parts of Epcot, and I feel like if there's any part of Epcot that is in jeopardy, it's the train village. It would be so easy for this just to get swept away. I'm coming back here on Saturday. This better be here, Chapek. This better be here. You've been warned. Well. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. This was a pleasant little surprise. The shops are great. Now, I know the Spain Pavilion is around here somewhere, but I can't seem. I think I took a wrong turn. I'll find that Spain Pavilion. I will find it. Due to the time difference, the Spain Pavilion shuts down a little bit earlier than the other one. But it's here. For everybody who said there's no Spain Pavilion, I found it. I will say this, being here tonight and seeing these empty pavilions, it's pretty special. Not gonna lie, especially with the water on the ground, the reflection, like it feels way real and not like a set piece, which it really is. And I think I came to the conclusion tonight that World Showcase feels the most like a park, you know, like a traditional park, like Central Park, something designed by Olmsted. It feels the most like a park out of all the theme parks. I kind of really like that. Another amazing night at Epcot, because I've never had a bad one. So it's interesting, I was just doing the math, and roughly 1 year ago, I was standing over on the banks and I saw the very first ever showing of Harmonious. And I know it's a hurricane, so you can't really judge this crowd to last year's crowd. If it wasn't this weather, there'd be more people there. But they are retiring the show. There was just a lot less people there, and it just kind of felt like a sort of a sad wrap up for, you know, what was probably a good idea that just somehow got off the beaten path with either budget or vision or technological constraints. And the rain is starting to come down. It's just a mist, but it's kind of sideways. Nothing big yet. I think tomorrow's going to be when the real deal hits, and we'll see what we're in for. But so far, so good. And it seems like there are still a lot of guests at the park, even though we now know that the park's going to be closed tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and also supposedly closed on Thursday. So the next couple of days are going to be really interesting to just see how much we can get into. I'm going to have a bud that's going to be showing up in the videos to keep me company and to get into some good times. So I hope you're enjoying the coverage. It's fascinating to be out here. There's just like this question mark hanging over everybody's head, everybody's trip. Like, what's next? How's it going to go? You hear people walking around kind of talking about things are being canceled, sort of talking about getting refunds, rescheduling. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what the next 2 days are like. And then hopefully, you know, Friday, when things get back to, you know, normal, it's going to wrap up to be an interesting week. And can I make it back here on Saturday for Epcot 40th celebration, which is why I booked this trip a long time ago. I wanted to be out here to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Epcot because I have fallen in love with this park. And if you've ever been here, you know how easy that is to do. Friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this rainy night and checking out the last day of Epcot being open. Thank you so much for going on this trip with me. It's only possible because you watch these videos, and it's doubly made possible by my friends over at Club 1313 and for anybody who subscribes to the channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow with more Ian coverage from Walt Disney World. Be safe, and I'll try to do the same.